I'm back home and ready to start at it again. This is Feel Better with Lauren. I'm Lauren. Let's face it, when you're off, when you're really busy or if you're off traveling and you have all these great ideas of how you're going to keep working at it and doing all these things, and you don't, and it falls off the rails. But that's why I'm saying hashtag 3 weeks to feel better with Lauren. If you get into a good habit of it, it's not that hard to start up again. And you'll actually really want to start up again, which is what I do. So today I'm going to just ease into it, a real super quick one. Maybe this is the first time you've done it for a while. Maybe this is the first time you've done it ever. But let's start feeling better together. As I said, I've been away a little bit, and all those dreams of doing a Feel Better with Lauren every night, they didn't happen. It was really busy. It wasn't a great place to do it. So now I want to get back into it. But because it's a habit that's really positive with me, I have no problem getting back into it. In fact, I really want to get back into it. I'm jonesing for it. But I don't want to get into it. I don't want to go too hard. I don't want to hurt myself because it's been a little while. So this is just a very quick and easy one to start the momentum going again. Let's find a good spot. Hopefully you've got a mat. You can let me know what you want. People are asking about the t-shirt. It says Feel Better with Lauren. DM me if you want to know how to get one. I don't make any money. I'm gonna wear them. Okay. Taking a few moments, find a good spot where your mat is. And let's just go back and center ourselves with our breath. We want to get our brain and our body and our breath all working together. Let's get some inhale in through our nose, fill up every cavity with air, and then let all that air out through your mouth. Let all that good air in, and let everything out. And all that good air in again. That gives you some good fresh air into your lungs, that residual air that's left, so that's good. And it also just slows everything down, just like it's done for me. So let's just take a few seconds. Let's feel where your sit bones are touching the ground. Maybe you want to raise your hips a little bit. And let's just sit here and breathe in and out through our nose for a second and just feel how we feel after not having done this for a little while, for too long. Roll your head around maybe. What's resisting you? Let your shoulders roll around. If you could hear all the cracks, you'd know that they haven't been moving, and sleeping is different when you're on the road. Maybe just twist back and forth. Is one side a little looser than the other side? Okay. Now I'm a little bit calmer again. Let's, for the sake of it, let's just activate some of our muscles. So just sitting forward, or however you are, maybe you're in a chair, maybe you're on the ground, maybe you're on your knees. Put your shoulders all the way up to your ears. And as you put your shoulders up, get your spine sort of stretching away from the ground as well. Inhale, and you'll create some space in your spine. Squeeze your shoulders to your ears. Activate everything up. Maybe start activating your front of your body as well. Keep holding that in. And big inhale in and relax everything down. Okay. Let's choose one side to go to the back of your mat a little bit. And we're just going to go through from the top to bottom and sort of feel what's resisting, and also just to start stretching everything out again. So hands into that prayer position. The great thing about the prayer position, as I've talked about before, you don't have to pray in this position, but it just puts you into that state of being balanced, of getting into that yoga unison. No one's around. You can just give into this sort of process right now. You don't have to tell anybody that you do this. So just sit here for a few seconds, feeling everything balanced, and then interlace your hands, and you're going to push away and really stretch your shoulder blades. Try to reach the other side of the room. And activate the front of your body. Sort of tuck your tailbone, move your back, and then inhale. Oh, your hands above your head. Inhale, and your hands behind your back. Tilt your chin up. And not straining here, just sort of stretching out, getting your shoulders moving again. And inhale, back to that sort of prayer position of balanced. Now, cross your legs the other way. Interlace your hands the other way, and we'll just do that once more, and you'll feel just a little bit of a difference. So inhale, interlace your hands the other way. Exhale, push your hands away from your body. Stretch your shoulder blades. Engage the front of your body and just sort of tuck your tailbone as you do this. You can, if you're sort of feeling your body, you can see how you've activated the other side a little bit. Now inhale, hands above your head. And inhale, hands behind your back. Again, interlace the other way. Tilt your chin up. Let your shoulders your shoulder blades touch now, and your shoulders go back. Keep breathing in and out through your nose, and then inhale, back to that prayer position. Now inhale, you put your hands all the way to the air, stretch up again, stretch your spine as high as it can, and then you're gonna hinge on your hips, so your belly goes forward. Once it can't go anymore, your hands will go to the ground, and you'll let your shoulders fall over. And let's see if your elbows can go towards the ground in front of you. So inhale, it stretches everything out. Exhale, you fall over. And then inhale, push yourself up and cross your legs the other way just so we can stretch out things the other way. Again, hands to the sky on an inhale. Stretch your spine out. Hinge at your hips. And then your hands fall forward and your shoulders fall over. And maybe your elbows are going towards the ground in front of you. Inhale, make some space, and then you sort of ripple down. Now inhale, push yourself up. And I've done a little bit of that, but I haven't just sort of focused in on that for a few days. Let's roll over onto our knees. Just tuck my shirt in and go onto your toes. And this is something I haven't done for a while. And just go onto your toes and really just get that feeling of stretching out the back of your feet. Put your hips onto your heels I can feel a whole lot of strong sensation here. And just relax into this. If you want to come out of it, you can. But see if you can just get a good stretch going. This is maybe something that you haven't done for a while. I have not. And just relax into that sensation. It shouldn't be hurting, but it's certainly strong for me. Now inhale. We'll just stretch out our wrists. So this L is facing the front of your mat. Your eyes of your elbows are facing forward. And you can sort of push back and then go over your wrists as far as you can. Again, with a strong sensation. And then back to stretch out your feet. And get sort of a rolling rhythm, following your breath. Okay, now this time when you come back onto your heels, push back into your heels again, getting that stretch. Your fingers now facing the sides of your mat. Your wrists are just a couple of inches apart. And again, moving with your breath, sort of just rippling through your body, rocking back and forth onto your wrists. But no pain at all here. Just sort of stretch, just something you may not have done for a while. We're not doing anything too hard today. We just want to get things waking up again so we can get back into the habit of doing these things every single day. And finally, our fingers are facing our knees. We're still stretching our feet. Hopefully you've got a good sensation going on there. And we're just going to go back and forth again, following our breath. You could do circles if you'd prefer. As you come back, maybe your wrists rise off the mat. And then one last back under our heels. Pick your hands up, and we're going to do one last version of this, which is we're going to bend our wrists forward this time. So what we'll do is we'll start on your knuckles with your hands flat, and we're going to let our hands, the tops of our hands go onto the ground, and we're going to make a fist to bring them back up. You might hear a little clicking and popping. Keep stretching your feet. Okay. Back onto your toes. Hopefully your toes are, the backs of your feet are really stretching it now. Maybe you're actually feeling a whole lot more comfortable there. Shake your hands out. Just get everything moving again. Okay. And we'll go forward into that tabletop. Untuck your toes. That gives a little bit of relief there in your feet. And we'll do this cat-cow. As we inhale to cow, we're going to put our butt up into the air as high as we can. Really arch our back, let our belly drop, and our head to the top, head goes up. And then as we exhale, push away, really tuck your pelvis underneath your hips. Push away from the ground. Inhale. Exhale, pushing away. Nice and slow breaths, and just go at your own rhythm. See if you can let your belly drop right as far as you can, like it wants to touch the ground. And really separate your shoulder blades away as you push up. Okay. Relax back to tabletop. Let your hands go forward into puppy toe pose with our knees below our hips. And we're going to put our forward towards the mat, our forehead towards the mat, and our chest going towards the mat. You can feel your shoulders stretching forward. And let your inhale breath sort of stretch your spine and your insides, and maybe your chest is going towards the mat even more. And one last inhale in. We're going to rock back into child's pose. Our knees go apart a little bit. Our big toes almost touch. Put your hips back onto your heels. And again, your forehead's going towards the mat. And your chest is going towards the mat. Maybe what you want to do is go up on your fingers and get a little extra stretch on your shoulders. Really keep your hips onto your heels, though. That's a key. And get that sensation of stretching your hips out a little bit, stretching your back. And one more big inhale in. And exhale. Keep your butt in the air as you drag your nose along the mat and end up into Sphinx pose. Your elbows below your shoulders. You can roll out your neck if you'd like, just so you're not jamming your neck at all. Keep your shoulders away from your ears now. Keep your butt flexed so that you can help stretch your back. And if you've got a little extra room, maybe this is just perfect, but if you got a little extra room, sort of push away and do that seal pose version of it where you extended your arms straight. Again, keep your butt flexed. And you're just letting your body lead you how you're feeling right now. And one last inhale in and relax down onto the backs of your hands and just rock your hips side to side a little bit, just so that nothing's locked in. Now we'll do that half frog, which is you're going to push up, your left hand goes on a 45-degree angle, and you grab your right foot with your right hand, and you're going to pull your heel towards your butt, and as you pull, you're pushing up out of your left shoulder. And then just relax into that. Let your breath create some room. And one more big inhale in. And you're going to fall back down onto the ground. Now your left arm straight out, your right leg bent, and you're going to push up into this broken wing. So your right foot goes up to the ground to get a good stretch out of your shoulder. And last inhale in, and roll back onto your stomach. Take 2 seconds and just roll out your hips again. You coming in, George? Okay, your right hand at a 45-degree angle here, and your left hand grabs your left foot and pulls your heel towards your butt and push out of your right shoulder. So you get a little twist sort of going with this, a little spiral action, and a good stretch on your quad. Then inhale and release back down. And put your right arm straight out this time, your left leg bent. Oh. So your left foot is flat on the ground. Your right shoulder is giving you a good stretch behind you. And you're going to keep breathing into this. And one more big inhale in. And roll back again. Just roll out your hips again. And maybe doing that a little bit more than usual just because I don't want to lock up anything. Now, you can go back to that child's pose to get back up. We're going to end up in downward dog. But what I'm going to do is push up out of this push-up, put my hands beside my ribs, put my elbows tucked in nice and tight. I'm going to go on my toes. I'm going to lift off my knees, lift off my quads, and I'm going to push the ground away from me, which will bring me up into a plank. Nice and slow. Get a good center there. Get my shoulder blades apart. My hips about the same size as my shoulders. Tuck my hips underneath so I can engage my core and engage the front of my body. And I should find a nice bit of stability here. I'll just sort of settle myself in for a moment before I go to downward dog. And then on your next inhale, put your hips up, bend your knees a bit if that's what you'd like. And we'll do a little downward dog. So maybe pedal out your feet a little bit just to get everything straight there. Once you've pedaled out things, get a little still. Get a nice straight line between your wrists to your elbows, to your shoulders, to your hips. Keep your legs bent. And then what I'm doing now is go up on my toes and straighten my legs. Up on my toes and straighten my legs. now I'm going to walk forward up to a forward fold at the front of the mat. I'm going to hang nice and heavy. I'm going to maybe bend my legs a little bit just so I can touch the ground. And as my head hangs heavy, I can straighten my legs a little bit more. And as I'm straightening my head, as I'm straightening my legs, my head's going towards my knees, but I'm relaxing into that. Then put your hands behind your back, nice and straight, a seal version of this. So you intertwine your arms and let your arms fall over your head. Let gravity help you. Maybe just straighten your legs a little bit more. And then inhale. Slowly let your hands fall to the ground. Hands in front of you, and sink down into that squat. Nice straight back. Your hands together, and maybe your triceps are just putting a little gentle pressure on your knees to help your hips open, to help your back go straight. And then once you're there and stable, maybe roll at your wrists a little bit if you'd like. Put your hands on the ground in front of you and just lean forward a little bit, just enough so you can launch your butt into the air. Inhale. Then your hands follow. Your hands over your head. Kick your hips out and arch back as far as you can. And then back to that prayer position there. Again, your hands go above your head, stretch to the sky, and then sink back down into that squat. And then roll back onto your back, and we'll do a reverse tabletop. So your hands and your feet facing the same direction, and kick your hips up into the air. Dig in with your heels, engage your butt. Your head can go either hanging back or up. It's up to you how you like to do it. You can do a little stretch, push the ground away to get your shoulders engaged. And then a big inhale. And then exhale, set your butt down close to your heels and sink right to the ground, still on your hands. And then inhale. And then exhale, sink into the ground again. And inhale, chest to the air, straighten your arms. Then exhale one last time. Then inhale, roll forward, reach your hands to the other side of the room. And as you come back, roll back, grab onto your feet or onto your quads or onto your shins. Roll back slowly and get those feet up for happy baby. And maybe open your legs as wide as they can. Get a good stretch on the inside of your thighs. right leg over your left knee, that figure four, that supine pigeon. Roll a little bit to the left, pull your knee in, feel that stretch on your right hip, and just keep relaxed into that. One last inhale, and cross your legs all the way over for this twisted root. The knees go down, the left legs, and just stretch behind you for another twist. One more big inhale in, and then roll back onto your back. Squeeze your hips, squeeze your knees to your chest, straighten everything out. And then left leg over your right knee, reach through, grab your shin if you can, or the back of your quad, roll a little bit to the right, and then pull that knee towards your chest. And as you can see, as I always say, it's not about how far you can pull it. Maybe you can pull this all the way flat to your chest, but I'm getting a good sensation in my left hip. And then just relax into that. One more big inhale in. Again, cross your legs right over. Your knees go to the right side this time, and your left arm falls forward, and you're just letting gravity help you out as you do a little twisted root this way now. One big inhale in, roll back over. Again, your knees to your chest. This just stretches you and straightens your spine. Your feet go flat down for a bridge pose. We're gonna have our hands beside our heels. We're gonna dig in with our heels. Tuck our shoulder blades underneath our back. Our neck's not stressed. And we're just pushing out, really engaging our butt, really engaging the front of our hips. Then up on your toes, as high as you can, maybe another inch out of your hips, hands above your head. And then as slowly as possible, one vertebrae at a time, from the top down, your spine goes flat against the mat, against the floor. And once you're down, your knees come to your chest and give a little extra squeeze. And then put your heels to the four corners, your palms facing up, your shoulder blades tucked underneath your body. And you can just lie here, and hopefully your body is just sort of starting to come awake. And hopefully this has helped you. It actually has me. I'm just always kicking myself. I don't know why I don't do this. It's so easy to do it all the time. But it's also so easy to come back to it. So we'll see you in the next video. Until then, feel better. Always talk to your healthcare professional before starting a new regime. If you experience pain, discomfort, or dizziness, slow down or stop. These videos will become easier each day, but if it doesn't feel right today, go slower or move to another video. Listen to your body.